It is safe to say that this is a video I never thought I'd be making. Or maybe once or twice this basketball season. But tonight, although I wasn't able to catch the entire game, I was out. As you can see, I'm home right now. The New York Knicks beat down on the Phoenix Suns. Final score 120 to 107 as the Knicks improved to 4-4 on the season and 4-1 in their last 5 games. I know it's just the Suns, and I know it's early in the season, but the New York Knicks are doing things right now that I didn't really expect this season. And maybe, just maybe, we're not half bad. I have a slight bit of hope that we're actually a decent team. Now, of course, you can't talk about what the Knicks have done so far this year without talking about Kristaps Porzingis. 37 more points in this game. He shot 13 of 22 from the field. He also added a few highlight dunks, a big-time block in transition. This guy is so special, and right now he's getting the chance to really strut his stuff, unlike he's been able to do in his first 2 seasons. Now, this year he's had 6 30-point games, so in 6 of our 8 games he's scored 30 or more points. Last year he had 3 of those games the entire season. So, call it what it is, but this is a mellow thing. Now, Carmelo Anthony's a great player. There's no denying that. Carmelo Anthony is a great scorer. He's one of the best scorers the game has ever seen. But the style of basketball that Carmelo Anthony plays doesn't really make people around him better. In fact, it kind of lessens their value. And that's just the reality of who Carmelo Anthony is. It's a big reason why he hasn't done much winning in his career. You know, you look at Carmelo Anthony, he's been an elite player in the NBA for year in, year out for so long, yet hasn't really had much success. What was the reason for that? Yes, he's a great player, but when you're putting him on your team, you're taking a little bit away from the other players. You're lessening your potential as a group. So now that Carmelo is gone, obviously Porzingis has been the one that's been most affected, and he's really jumped into, he's definitely a star. He might even be a superstar right now. But the rest of the team as well is playing better. We saw, of course, that Tim Hardaway, when Carmelo Anthony was still a Knick, and Hardaway had first signed with us in the offseason, Hardaway said that, he wanted to play with Carmelo, that even though they play the same position, small forward, he wasn't, hoping for Carmelo to get traded. But it's clear that Tim Hardaway Jr. is a better Knick than he was when Carmelo Anthony was on the roster. We're seeing guys like Enes Kanter, who of course came over in the trade and was really my favorite part of that Melo trade. He is doing big things this year as well, especially on the glass as we check it out here tonight. 16 points, 15 rebounds. Sounds like a lot, but that's really what he's been doing all year. 6 offensive rebounds as well. Just a force on the glass. If this team can draft somebody or get one more piece that's good, they'd be a decent team in the East. I'm not saying that they would, win the East by any means, but 5th seed is what I think they could do with another star. Tilakina, of course, the rookie, he still has some things to mature about in terms of his offensive game, but he's a great defender. We're seeing that. He can pass the ball a little bit, and he can drive to the hoop sometimes. So I like what I'm seeing from Tilakina. He's not a complete bust as people were suggesting right off the bat when he got drafted, just like people did with Porzingis, and look at him now. So like I said, it's just the Suns, but a win is a win in the NBA. Every night, every game, it's tough. It's not easy to win, but this team right now is defending home court, and that's always a good thing. Next up for the Knicks is a game against the 5-4 Pacers on Sunday. And I really think that this game against the Pacers, and I know it's just an early season game, it's not against an elite team or anything like that, but this game will really go a long way in telling where the Knicks are right now as a unit. Facing a Pacers team that's very similar to us in the way that they've kind of transitioned into a new spectrum. They do have a young star as well, two of them actually, with Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner. I would say Porzingis is probably better than both those guys, but they have two of them. We have one. So it's kind of a good measuring stick game in terms of where the Knicks are. And if they go and they win this one against a fairly solid Indiana Pacers team, you're looking at a Knicks team that's going to be 5-4, and in playoff contention. I know, like I said, it's very early, but they're right there. So this is a team I probably expected to be more like 1-7 or 2-6 at this point. Of course, would have never expected to beat the Cavs, who just got back on track tonight. By the way, LeBron James, 57 points. He's right here on this GQ magazine. The king. That's the king right there. Anyway, what a game for the Knicks. What a game for Kristaps Porzingis. He continues to show that with Melo gone, he is the alpha predator that us Knicks fans were all hoping he'd be. Of course, he also battled through an illness to play in this game. So, unbelievable what we're seeing from what we're seeing from Porzingis right now. As for Carmelo and the Thunder, they have some things to work out, and they haven't really looked like an elite team right now. But that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. I see this smile on my face right now. I'm just really enjoying watching the Knicks this year. Just the young players contributing, and we're actually playing decent basketball, which I didn't expect, but it's been so much fun to watch. So speaking of watching, thank you guys so much for watching this video, especially if you are new to the channel and came over from my radio show. If you didn't know, I have a radio show for my school's campus radio station. It is you can listen to my show on WCDBFM.com. It streams live every Friday from 10 a.m. to noon. I talk all things sports. It's called No Jum No Sports, just like this channel. So if you enjoy my content here, you want to check that out, I think you guys would really enjoy it. But thank you for the support, of course, and watching. Leave a comment if you're a big Knicks fan and tell me what you think of the team so far. Like I said, it's only been 8 games. Hard to get too excited, but it's definitely been a fun team to watch. And a young team doing good things and exceeding expectations is always fun to watch. That's all I have for tonight. Again, Knicks 120, Suns 107. What a win and what a start to this season. See you guys later.